friends, it's me, Emily, and it has been a very long time since I made a video. I went on a tiny hiatus, and by tiny I mean it actually was a really long time, but oh well, I'm back, and I'm very excited to make this video today. Basically, I will be talking about my top 10 favorite musicals. This was requested actually a very long time ago, and I'm just now getting to it, but I am really excited. I'm usually bad with like lists and things in like top 10 because I always feel bad. Like if I make one, I put it in one place and one in another, it's like, it's not like I hate this one and I cherish this one more. I love all musicals the same. They are my children, my babies. I hold them near and dear to my heart. But yes, I did make this list. So that being said, if like one's number 10 and like one's number 5, it's not like I hate number 5 or 10 or whatever. It's just these are in order kind of from my favorite to my still my favorite I just don't listen to all the time. So I felt like I had to explain myself. Instead, it's kind of more of a ramble that probably ended up making no sense, but too bad. Most of you guys that have watched my videos understand that I do that all the time, and if this is the first video you're seeing of mine, it doesn't get any better. So yeah. Anyway, before we get started, if you are not already subscribed, you can hit that lovely subscribe button down below. I cannot believe that I am at, I think it is 633 subscribers. Like, and that's just crazy. And I always like make a comment about that just because that amazes me that like that many people actually thought I was funny enough to subscribe. I also realized that soon I will be at 660, there will be a time where I will have 666 subscribers, and I don't know why that amuses me, but it really does. So yeah. Alrighty, now let's get started on this list. Number 1 on this list is Dear Evan Hansen. Now, I got into this musical earlier this year because I saw a video on YouTube, which was the cast performing You Will Be Found on some morning talk show. I can't remember which one. And, like, as soon as I heard them singing, I was like, oh, this is good. And then by the end of the video, I actually had, like, cried, like, 2 tears. I'm honestly not kidding. And I was like, okay, I need to know more about this musical. And so I looked it up on Spotify, and that's basically, I fell in love with it, and I became obsessed with it ever since. I've made videos on it and some song covers. Dear Evan Hansen, like, it shockingly reminded me so much of myself, like the songs and like all of this, which I know it does for a lot of people, and that's why people love it. So that's why I like it. It's just the message that it brings, and the whole You Will Be Found just is still so profound to me. So yeah. Number 2 is Heathers. I love Heathers so much. I love that it is a darker musical and, you know, kind of has like a darker sense of humor to it. Like, I really enjoy that. The songs are amazing and hilarious. The acting is incredible, and I know that because I may have watched a bootleg of it. Actually in the process of making a video about Heathers. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. Number 3 is Hamilton. Now, I love Hamilton for like a million different reasons. I love it because I think the songs are incredible, like Lin-Manuel Miranda overall is a genius, and the way that he like made these songs like hip hop and rap, like I love that. Number 4 is Wicked. That is the second like musical that I ever saw. I saw the touring production of it a couple years back, and I loved it. I loved Wicked. Wicked was one of the first musicals that I even fell in love with. I loved the story that it told. I like Dear Evan Hansen. I felt like I could relate to Wicked a lot in, you know, a couple different ways, not exact. And I love the musical, and so getting to see it was just incredible, and that inspired me a lot to continue to want to do acting and singing and, you know, musical theater in general. Number 5 is Be More Chill. Now, it took me a little bit to get into this musical, but I love it, and as you can tell, I've made a lot of videos on it. One that I think has like 5-point-something thousand views, which is incredible. I don't know how that happened, but that's super cool. But I love this musical. Like, it's funny. I've read the script to it. I've not read the book yet. I need to. Oops. I've listened to the cast album. I've seen a bootleg on it. And yeah, I love that they even did, I think it was like a revival of it or something like that. Like, it's not the original cast, but they're still doing the play. And I just love it because of its humor. The characters are really funny. I love the story that it tells. Obviously, I love Michael. And the Squip and like all the other characters, and singing the songs, they're all really catchy. And I like that it's just a different kind of musical. Like, it's a little weird. Like, I don't know, there's some things that make it unique. And I know that sounds cheesy, but it does. But it is an interesting show, and that's why I like it. It's because it's really different than other Broadway musicals you may hear or are used to. So yeah. Number 6 is Phantom of the Opera. Now, this was also like the third or whatever musical, no, what was that, third? I'm some kind of gangster, okay. This was like the third musical that I, again, like hardcore got into. And the problem was, like, I fell in love with really wanting to be either the Phantom or Christine, and I felt like I had more hope being Christine, except when I sing, I'm an alto. But I was like, I want to be Christine, I want to hit these high notes, and so for a while, for a period, I like desperately tried hard when I was younger, and I feel so bad for my family because it probably sounded like a dying cat because I cannot be a soprano. So yeah, that was a bad stage in my life, but I love the musical just because in like a weird way I kind of related to the story, like more the Phantom. Like, that sounds weird, I'm not a murderous killer, but I just really like it, and the songs are amazing, and they had like the 25th, I think, anniversary or some kind of anniversary they put on Netflix of the performance, and I watched that like a million times, but I love it, and now it's not on there anymore, but still, I continue to love the musical, and I would love to see it one time, whether actually on Broadway or like a touring production of it. Number 7 is The Book of Mormon. Now, I don't know when I listened to this. This is one of like the first like musicals I ever listened to. Yes, I was younger. Oh well, we all make mistakes. And this was the first like, I guess, adult play that I got into, and Book of Mormon just, it cracks me up. I love the humor in it. The story is obviously good, and I love all of the songs, but the story, I find it amusing. Again, I like that kind of humor. Number 8 is The Lion King, and I cannot express how much I love this musical. This was actually the first musical I ever saw when I was younger. I forgot how old I was. It wasn't too long ago, but I'm pretty sure The Lion King was the first like musical I ever like hardcore got into, and I loved it. Like, I love the movie. Like, I watched it like a million times when I was a kid, and we had like the VHS version of it, so you had to like rewind. Anyway, flashbacks. But I love the musical. It's stunning to watch, like the puppetry and seeing the costumes and seeing like the sets. It's incredible. Obviously the acting and the music is as well, but like just visually it's incredible. And so I loved the musical, and I did get to go see it, and that was amazing. Again, that was the first Broadway musical. We saw the touring production of it, not like actually on Broadway, but it was still just as amazing. Number 9 is the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I love this musical. I watched it when I was younger. Yes, again, I know, mistake. But at the time, like, all of the jokes just like went over my head basically, and then when I was older, I rewatched it and I was like, oh, I probably shouldn't have done that. But anyway, I love the musical just because it's so like, it's odd. I guess it's the only way to describe it is it's odd, but at the same time, the story is so amazing, and the songs, and just, I love it. Every Halloween I watch it. It's either like the movie with Tim Curry in it, or they have some kind of like recording of it that's not a bootleg. Like, they recorded it for an anniversary, I believe, of the show, and it's like a London production of it. I forgot what it's called, but I like watch it every Halloween, and I love the musical just because it's so odd and weird. Now, number 10, I could not just decide on one, because I feel like if I end on 10, like, I still feel like that's me, like, throwing the musical under the bus. So I'm just going to list off, like, honorable mentions, because, yeah. So we have Hairspray, Rent, Little Shop of Horrors, Shrek the Musical, which I know I honestly didn't like it just for meme purposes. Like, I liked it because it was actually a really good musical, and at the same time, they had like the recording of it on Netflix, and I watched that a million times, which I'm really sorry for my family because I like blared it. But yeah, I honestly liked the musical, apart from the meme reasons. And then lastly, 21 Chump Street, which is written by Lin-Manuel Miranda. It's a short little musical. It's really incredible. It's based off of actually a true story, like a true situation that happened. And if you want to listen to it, if you've never before and you are a fan of Lin-Manuel Miranda's, you can find it on the Spotify, and I'm pretty sure YouTube too. I think you can actually find like the performance that they did of it. So it's really cool. It's a short musical, so yeah. So there you guys go. There was my list of my top 10 favorite musicals. I'm sure I've missed some to put in the honorable mentions or like even in the list. But yeah, there's also a ton I've not listened to that when I have more time I'm going to, like Waitress, I know this is gonna trigger probably a lot of people. I'm sorry, I am a fan of Lin-Manuel, but I've never listened to In the Heights. I think it's In the Heights. See, I don't even know the name. I've heard of it and I want to listen to it. I don't know why. I've just, again, not had a lot of time to. I want to listen to Natasha Pierre and the Great Comet of, I think it's 1812. I want to listen to, again, this is probably also triggering, Newsies. I've seen some of it on Netflix, like the musical, because I know they put the performance, but I haven't gotten into any new musicals lately, and there are a ton of musicals I need to listen to. I actually may make some videos of me reacting to them, so if you have any that you think I may enjoy, you can also put that in the comments below, because I would love to listen to them and have some suggestions for new musicals. So yeah. So thank you guys again so much for watching and for sticking with me while I took my small hiatus, because that means so much to me. So yeah, so thank you again so much for watching. If you liked this video, you can give it a big thumbs up. And again, if you are not already subscribed, you can hit that lovely subscribe button down below. So yeah, I will see you all in the next video, which will be on Monday. Yes, I'm making one on Monday. So I will see you all then, and remember to stay odd, you beautiful human beings. Okay, now bye. I think my back just cracked.